So where exactly were you at in terms of your relationship with Grand Hustle and everything when the situation with duct tape started to unfold? And how did you actually end up being around those guys and starting to get cool with them and all this shit? Because this, for me, like, I was already a fan of the music, but this was around the time period where, you know, me and a million other people were all just staring at World Star like, holy shit, what is unfolding? We weren't really used to seeing rap beef shit sort of turn street shit unfolding on the internet at that time. It was kind of new to us at that time.
Right. Oh, so basically in the relationship with Grand Hustle, I had already like kind of severed the ties, you know what I'm saying? So I was on to, you know what I'm saying, while I still got, you know, I'm still buzzing. You know, I got, you know, name already built, got one of the biggest, ain't I still, like you say, thriving. So I'm going on to, you know, make my transition. You know what I'm saying, severing ties from Grand Hustle, I'm going into the next chapter.
So you had already kind of got disgruntled with this? Because the narrative that was sort of put out there at times
I had already distanced myself from, you know, from Grand Hustle as far as, you know what I'm saying, where I'm going on my next step and how I'm doing business. So I had already kind of made that pull.
Interesting.
Yeah,
okay.
And so with the duct tape, like, that was my real shit. Like, I fuck with Black, like, I fuck with Dada, I fuck with so many, I fuck with Dave, like, these personal guys that I, you know, that I really know. So at that time, when they came to Pittsburgh, which is Zone 3, I'm from Zone 3. So when they had a spot in Pittsburgh and I was running into Dave, like, it made perfect sense for me for what I was trying to do. I had big movement, duct tape, big crazy movement. You know what I'm saying? I already, like I say, had the relationships and rocking. So I'm like, I'm looking at my star power. I'm always a thinker. So I'm like, damn, that'll be too hard. Got the star power. I'm already gone. They having a real movement, put that shit together. You see what I'm saying? And that's what it was supposed to be. Just simple as that.
Was the movement at that time? What artists were they really pushing? Was Trouble even really out yet at that point?
Nah, Trouble was just coming home.
Okay, right.
But you know, they had Allie. You know what I'm saying? Me and Allie already had records prior to all that going on. Like, you know what I'm saying? That's why, like I say, in the city, we say some shit like this. If you know, you know. You know what I'm saying? But, like, me and bro had already had records, like, and all that shit. Like, I'm on the Bid record. If you go look up Bid, me and Allie boy got records with me and Super and Allie. Like, we was already fucking around then. So it's a comfort zone. Like, I'm fuck with these folk. But I don't know. I think as shit kind of escalating, you do something. Like, when I got the tech, I just feel like, and this was something that was already that was chopped up too, like with Dave and Black. Like, oh boy, I'm fucking with y'all. We finna go on and lock this shit in for real. Boy,
right.
I'm finna go get the ink. You feel me? And I think as it kept going, it just didn't sit right with that individual, and he just was on, you know what I'm saying, what he wanted to, you know what I mean?
Well, a lot of times I feel like with rap labels, there's like the business side of things, and then a lot of times there's like the street side of things, and it might kind of be like a blurry line between like exactly like, is this a label? Is this just a crew? Is this, you know, is it the business side of things? But then there's also a bunch of hard ass dudes who are looking at this thing like this is their whole identity, and they don't really take lightly to somebody claiming that without necessarily going through the right protocols. Do you think it was a little bit of that confusion that stirred this up?
It wasn't even no confusion because protocol. Like I'm talking to like I say, when I say Black and I say like the spot I'm in with Bank, when you talk about duct tape, like that's the guy, you feel me?
Right.
And, you know, you talk about Dave, like these are them guys, you know what I'm saying? So like it was already a mutual understanding, you know what I'm saying, with what we was doing. You feel what I'm saying? I just feel like, you know, sometimes you never know what person in life like did feel like, damn, I built something, you trying to come take it, stop and shine. At this time, I'm a big ass artist, you know what I'm saying? I'm not trying to eclipse. I got a thought and a vision, you feel me?
Right.
And I don't think like you really seen the vision, you feel me? But
around that time there was like one of the narratives that was kind of put out there was like, oh, Young LA is all fucked up on drugs. That's why he's tripping. He got this crazy face tattoo. Was that a real issue for you at that time? And is that something that you could blame for that situation partially?
Nah, I can't even blame it on that. And I don't even say at that time. I think we all deal with what we deal with. And I think, you know, I went through a phase to where, yeah, like when I look back at what I was doing, like, hell, y'all was abusing shit. Like, you feel me? If you drank a pint of, like when you just look back and like, damn, I bought a pint, about 2 pints. Drunk that motherfucker in a week or two, like, yeah, like I was going, you see what I'm saying? But at that time, I don't think that played anything to do with the situation. Cause like I said, I used to be at the spot down there every day, you know what I'm saying? Rocking with these folks. Like we was all rocking. Like you see recently, like, I just did the Big Fat Podcast interview with Black, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
And you just see the genuineness and the love. Like, I just feel like, you know, you can't control, everybody can't control one person or what one person want to be on the field, you know what I'm saying? And I feel like shit, when you in the streets, like, street shit do happen, you know what I'm saying? And, you know, that's all, you know, shit get kept in the streets, you feel me?
But that situation could have played out behind the scenes, but it definitely didn't. It was on World Star, had everybody talking about it.
Yeah.
In that video that we're seeing though, was that a setup? You feel like was it fully like you got set up, like somebody told you you were going there for a different reason?
Nah, I just feel like what's supposed to happen just sometimes just happen. Like I say, when you in the street, sometimes you get the short end of the stick. You don't win every battle. Like I don't know no street nigga really like won everything. Like sometimes you get caught down, but like you got the ups, you get the short end of the stick. That's just how the street go. You don't really know. You know what I'm saying? How it's gonna play out. But nah, I don't I don't think that, because like I said, I used to be at the spot every day. You know what I'm saying? This was my first time ever seeing bro. I'm over here every day. So this day, coincidentally, like you over there. You feel me? Like, and I wasn't announcing nothing. I just feel like you was supposed to be over there that day. You know what I'm saying? And this was supposed to, you know, we had done built it up, going back and forth, blase, blase.
So you've been going back and forth a good amount before all that?
Yeah, we had already been, you see what I'm saying? And some shit come to a head, you know what I'm saying? And what was supposed to, you know, whatever expired, that was what transpired, you feel me, behind it. But like I say, street shit happened to get kept in the streets, you feel me? So only thing about it, I had a big name, so mine was publicized, I understand it. But shit, if I was still in Tummaville, which we, nigga goddamn jump nigga getting out the bus, I come from them kind of neighborhoods. You feel what I'm saying?
You come from the world where that happens and it just happens.
It's regular.
Whatever.
It's
Nobody
regular.
sees it. It's pre-camera phone era.
All I'm saying is regular. You know what I'm saying? From where we came from. You know what I'm saying? Niggas got jumped and like that shit just regular. So basically, but I understand though with who I am and everything that it get magnified. So
Right.
it's all, you know, that's just what comes with it.
Yeah, and especially, I mean, just you had rabid fans that were like hungry for rap gossip at that time, and they weren't getting that much. Versus nowadays, is nonstop. There's always a different beef, a different fucking crazy ass video coming out of somebody getting a shootout, whatever. It happens every couple of days now. At that time, though, like, how upset were you when the video came out on World Star, and what was going through your head in terms of how do I save face from this, or what do I got to do to make the situation right?
I just know who I am, and all I say is shit, I gotta figure it out. You know what I'm saying? Like, what's done is what's done. Like, at that point, when that transpired, that shit I was really done. When it hit the internet, it was like, okay, I felt that went, like, I was like, damn, who the hell recorded it? Like, that's what part I ain't get. Like, we really getting into who the hell took their phone out to record this shit. You know what I'm saying? Right. But it's already done. So, you know, you deal with it. Hey, and you keep pushing, because one thing about it, you can't soak in those situations. Like, man, 2-3 days later, same day, I'm down there back recording, like I'm back pushing, because like I can't, you know, this shit ain't, what happened in street shit. Like, nigga got, okay, we moving on to the next, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, so I think that's where I was with it. Like, you know, it was really like, now for me, for my family to have to see it, you know what I'm saying? That's the different level. At that point, you see what I'm saying? I'm talking about people who love you, you know what I'm saying? Like, you got your mom, got to see you. So for me, if I can handle it, but I don't know how they can handle it, you know what I'm saying? So
It's
that's
crazy.
a whole different story when you see somebody who love you, got to see it and hurt from it, or got to analyze it, or, you know, your little brother got to watch it, your little sister that's different.
Because if that situation happens and there's no video of it, then it could just be a little problem between people who are friends or people who fuck with each other, people who do business together, and you could squash it, you know, shit goes back to normal. But then you have the fans all viewing it, and the fans, who obviously are not about this life, basically feel like somebody has to die in order for this situation to fucking be all right, right? Like, I'm sure you saw those comments.
They ain't killing shit, and they ain't killing shit.
Exactly,
So that's
yeah.
crazy, yeah. But nah, but I understand though exactly what you're saying.
They just have, like, you know, once there's that many eyeballs on it, they have like a very different expectation of how this is supposed to play out, right?
Yeah, everybody gonna have their own opinion, you know what I'm saying? But who really, you know, everybody ain't you saying it until you gotta go, you know, sit your head down on the wood, you know what I mean? Or go lay it down, but you know, but that's what media for. That's what entertainment is for. And I mean, sometimes, hey, this shit gotta, you know, you gotta mesh it together.
Definitely. Yeah. So, when timeline wise did the situation evolve in which you got stabbed by your girl a bunch of times? Was that after all this, or was that before all this?
That was down the line.
Right.
Yeah, that was down the line.
I just remember seeing a clip where you basically said that was like when you really fell out with Grand Hustler, was when you got into a bad situation like that, and you didn't feel like you got the support that you needed at that time from them.
Right. Yeah, that came down the line. That was down the line after that whole ordeal right there. That was like in the same time. But like I had told you, I had already kind of, with that going on, had already kind of been distant. So, you know, as I'm in my distance, that happened too. You feel me?
Interesting. So did you keep a relationship with Dro or T.I. at all, or is there any kind of friendship there still around?
Like, me and T.I. had no relationship.
Really?
I'm just saying, like, we don't talk, you know what I'm saying?
But did you ever, even back then?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
For a little while? Or?
Yeah. You know, for doing business, you
Right.
know. We associates and we business partners, so we're around each other. It's gonna be cordial, you know what I'm saying? You know, so at that time, I don't really know them, you know what I'm saying? Like, I grew up with them, and that's so we all knew learning each other, you feel me?
Definitely. What about Dro? Is it a little closer with him?
It's a little closer, like it's a little bit more personal with Dro. You see what I'm saying? Because I really know Dro. Dro really pulled up in Thomasville. Dro really come and pulled up in the bricks and sat down with a nigga, come get me out the hood. Like, he the one, you know, like I say, put the situation as far as bridging the gap to get me over to Grand Hustle because he was in a good situation over there. So, you know what I mean? Like with Dro, it's a little bit more personal. Me and Dro still talk, you know what I'm saying? That's my brother. That's gonna always be my brother for life.
Definitely. Did you, through all this, was there ever a point where you got disgruntled with the music, or where you just didn't really care about being a rapper as much, or what is your mind state always stayed somewhat consistent?
Well, no, you ain't going through life, you know, you got phases where you still trying to figure it out. You know what I'm saying? The talent don't never go, but it's like, okay, let me just figure it out. Like, what's the angle? You know what I'm saying? Like, how I'm gonna go back at it. Like, and that's the part right there. You know what I'm saying? I think that's where you find the most about yourself. You know what I'm saying? When you figure it out. You know what I'm saying? As far as like with all this going on, staying consistent, still being tied to your passion, still being tied to your craft, still being able to, you know what I'm saying? Work on, you know, like I say, perfecting what you're doing. You know what I'm saying? Through all that. You know what I'm saying? That's push power, you know what I'm saying? So it's not easy to do, you know what I'm saying? But a motherfucker who can do that, that's a motherfucker, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, like
I'm one of them motherfuckers, you know what I mean?
When you look back at like your early days making music, it's like, you know, when you're a fresh slate, it's easy to just be creative and stuff. To actually stay working in the game for all these years, that is actually a real challenge in comparison, you know?
Yeah, nah, for real. Just like I said, when we just said, like, I'm one of them motherfuckers, you feel me? Like, and I mean, like, you can't stay stagnant. Like, whatever happened, gotta happen, and then you gotta keep going, you know what I'm saying? You gotta keep walking, you know? And so it's multitasking, but like you say, you still gotta, like you say, dealing with life and putting everything together, still being able to stay connected to your craft, to the zeal of it, to the passion of it, to the want to get better, and, you know, that shit just come from loving that shit, you know what I'm saying?